everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Hakuoki Kyoto Winds. So, we're starting on a new route. I went ahead and skipped the whole beginning because it's pretty much going to be exactly the same for the character that I'm going to be going for this time, which is going to be Susumu Yamazaki. So everything up until now has been the same, so if you want to see or re-watch the beginning of the game, you can go back to the prologues and watch it there. But everything else, like I said, is exactly the same up until this option here. So last time, to get to Sannen's route, we did stay behind at the headquarters. This time we're going to accompany Hijikata as his page. Well, in that case, please allow me to accompany you, Hijikata.
Oi, お前まで何を言い出すんだ?
Hijikata's voice trembled irately, as if troubled by my suggestion, which made me nervous, but I thought I had a shot in convincing him. I mean, walking around town with you may help with getting leads to find my father. With the other warriors questioning my place, it may be in our best interest for me to act like your page. It could convince the others. I recalled in this moment my introduction to Takeda, who voiced his skepticism plainly. After sharing my viewpoint, Hijikata's expression soured, and then he responded.
あのな、宗司の言うことを馬鹿正直に受け取るんじゃねえ。こいつは面白がってる。
かわいい故障ができてよかったですね、土方さん。
Hijikata stared bitterly towards Okita, and again it seemed we were trapped in their bubble of silence, but eventually...
わかった。ただし、俺の仕事の邪魔はするんじゃねえぞ。
Yes, I understand. I was somewhat surprised he obliged me, but I was so excited to join Hijikata and go outside. It's been almost 5 months since I've been able to experience the world and its scenery.
たく、どうしてこんなことになっちまったんだ?
Correct, you cannot. Hijikata kept himself a few paces ahead of me, deliberately, and his foul mood made me nervous. His cold demeanor caused me to question whether or not I belonged here, if this was my place. It was difficult to turn these questions to and fro in my head, but I was trying to keep up with him. Someone called out as we passed the tea shop.
副長、こちらにいらっしゃいましたか。実はご報告しなければならないことがありまして。
If this person referred to Hijikata as commander, then he must be a Shinsengumi member. He whispered the report in Hijikata's ear. The man's words caused Hijikata's face to turn blank, and he looked to me to speak.
給与ができた。お前はこの店に残って、コードさんの聞き込みをしている。
Huh? But then I'd be by myself. Would that be all right with you? In response, Hijikata gave me an examining glance, as if to probe all of my hidden thoughts, then looked down at me while asking.
お前は逃げるために俺にくっついてきたのか?
When his eyes met mine, the pit of my stomach dropped, turning cold from nervousness. No, of course not.
ならつまらねえ質問するんじゃねえ。やることをやって待ってろ。いいな。
Okay, understood. I wasn't sure what Hijikata's intentions were by leaving me behind, but it was probably smarter to do as Hijikata said, so I asked the person at the shop about my father. Okay, where to start? I asked customers that wandered in and out of the store, politely grabbing their attention. Unfortunately, it seemed like no one knew anything about my father's whereabouts. My tea became cold, the little leaf flakes sinking towards the bottom of the cup. I sighed.
神妙にしろ。新選組の御用改めだ。ここの主人はどこにいる?
I recognized the shouting man by his familiar corpse uniform as he barged into the shop. Corpse uniform, light blue uniform that Shinsengumi wear when patrolling in Kyoto. It was Takeda, the captain of the Shinsengumi's 5th Division. What could he be doing here?
私がこの店の主人ですが、本日は一体どのようなご用向きで。
The owner's voice was trembling from being intimidated, and Takeda responded forcefully.
分かりきったことを。何でもお前はこの店に尊上過激派の老子を出入りさせているらしいではないか。一体何を企んでいる？答えによっては豚書に連れ帰り詳しく詮議させてもらうぞ。
めっそうもない。そのようなものを出入りさせたことなどございません。
ほう。つまり我々新選組がデタラメを言っているとそう申すのだな。
いえ、そういうわけでは。
Sweat poured down the owner's face, and he shook with fear. Takeda glanced around the store with a sticky glare. I quickly ducked behind a shelf so he wouldn't notice me. I managed to avoid detection as he scanned the store. Then Takeda approached the owner again.
我々とて善良な民の商いの邪魔をしたいわけではない。お前の態度によってはタイへの報告を取りやめてやっても構わんのだが。
Oh, are you making him bribe you?
それはつまり。
お前の誠意を見せてみろと言っているのだ。
That's not good. As I peeked to get a closer view of their conversation, I could see the owner gulp. Although Takeda was not being explicit, it was deathly clear that he was soliciting a bribe from the shop owner.
そのようなことはできません。そもそも我々には何らやましいことなどありませんから。
なんだと貴様。今日の治安を預かる新選組に盾つくつもりか？
いえ、決してそのようなことは。
豚書まで連行する。老子どもの手助けをしているに違いない。連れ帰って口を割らせてやる。
そんな。
Oh no, I was sick to my stomach hearing him. Just when I was about to speak out, someone placed their hand on my shoulder. Oh, hello.
ダメですよ。女の子が危ない真似をしちゃ大怪我するから。
This mysterious samurai whispered gently into my ear, but I became completely distracted by his perfectly sculpted facial features. His skin looked incredibly fair and soft, and he was almost as gorgeous as Hijikata. For a second, I thought he was an actor. He was dressed in expensive exotic-looking fabrics, leading me to believe that he was famous.
いいから。こういうことはお兄さんに任せておくものです。
The softness of his voice enveloped me in a great calm, and I sat back down to let him proceed. But I hoped he'd be okay. Takeda was massive, and his short temper seemed like a recipe for disaster if anyone crossed him. I can't imagine dealing with such a violent soul.
すみません。ちょっといいですか？あなた、新選組の方ですね。
Takeda turned to face this man, staring in disbelief that someone would approach him in such a manner.
だとしたらどうだというのだ。
そちらの主人は尊上過激派を出入りさせてないと言っているようです。一体何の疑いでこの方を連れて行くつもりなんでしょうか？
なんだ。私の邪魔をするとは貴様、この店に出入りする不逞老子の一人か？
The mysterious samurai smiled coolly, and he responded calmly.
邪魔をしたら不逞老子とは取り調べも何もあったものじゃないですね。
我々のタイムを妨害しているのだから証拠としては十分だ。
わかりました。ここだと他の人たちに迷惑がかかりますから外に出ませんか？
不逞の輩がようやく己の立場が分かったようだな。
Takeda huffed smugly to himself and waddled out of the store to challenge the samurai. Takeda's smirk remained on his face as the two met each other outside of the store. He assumed an offensive stance and then reached for his katana to threaten him, or not. As soon as Takeda moved his hand to unsheath, the samurai intercepted to cover the sword's mouth.
離せ離さぬと
まさか本気で刀を抜くつもりじゃないですよね。もし抜けば僕も見て見ぬふりができなくなってしまいます。そうならないようにしたいのですけど。
The samurai possessed a duality. One side was a soft-spoken gentle man, the other side a warrior. Takeda sensed this duality as well, because after the samurai made his claim, he made no movement. Before we knew it, people gathered around the store, murmuring amongst themselves and echoing the general sentiment of confusion and wonder. The Mibu wolves are having a duel? Are they causing trouble again? Such murmurs caught my ear as I looked ahead.
人が集まってきているようですよ。本当に抜くつもりですか？
The samurai seemed to already know the answer. Takeda began to grit his teeth angrily, and he gruffly shook off the samurai's hand.
貴様の顔忘れはせんぞ覚えておけ
His face was flushed with red, and he swiftly exited and disappeared from the store. As the tensions deflated, I exhaled in relief that things didn't come to violence. I'm glad that's over.
とんだ災難でしたね。さあ、中に戻りましょうか。
Were you okay?
はい。あのくらい平気です。
Oh, I'm glad. Why were you willing to risk your life against that man? You didn't have to stop me back there. The samurai slightly paused, then answered timidly.
あなたが知っていた顔によく似ていたからです。
Oh, were you like a childhood friend or something? I was perplexed. Me?
はい。やっぱり似ています。
He studied my face carefully, his eyes dotting up and down my small face. Although I liked the attention, I still had no clue who this person was or where he was from. I'm sorry. I think you've mistaken me for someone else. I bowed lightly to him, and he looked a little taken aback.
いいえ、いいですよ。ただの勘違いだったみたいですね。とりあえず中に入りましょう。せっかくのお茶やお菓子が台無しになってしまったし。
The samurai's kind demeanor was nearly impossible to resist, drawing me to return to the store as if I'd caught the scent of the city's sweetest bun. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.